So today, we're diving into a platform called EDU2TEST. Now, it claims to have found a key to the future of learning, which is a pretty bold statement, right? So what exactly makes it so different? Well, let's get into it. But hey, before we unpack the platform itself, let me ask you a question. Just think back to your own school days, or maybe look at your kids' education right now. Does the classroom, does it feel genuinely connected to the real world? For a lot of us, I'm guessing the answer is probably not so much. And that right there is what we're going to call the learning gap. You know the one. It's that huge disconnect between the abstract theories you read about in a textbook and the actual, practical, fast-moving world we all have to live and work in. So who's stepping up to fix this? Well, enter Mullai Academia International. They're an organization based in India, and they are on a mission to do exactly that, to bridge this gap. And their goal really isn't just to prep students for the next exam, but to get them ready for life. Okay, so what's their big solution? They've developed a platform that they're calling a smart learning partner. And this is it, EDU2TEST. At its core, it's a digital learning platform, but it's really designed to do one thing: break down those old classroom walls and give students the skills they actually need to thrive in the 21st century. So how does it all work? Well, the whole platform is built around 5 core integrated learning zones. Think of them as different pillars of a student's development, but they're all designed to work together, in sync. And we're not just talking about 1 or 2 years here. It's designed to support students all the way through their most critical school years, covering everything from grade 6 right up to grade 12. What's really cool is that it's not a one-size-fits-all approach either. The platform is actually tailored for the 4 major curricula in India. That's CBSE, ICSE, Cambridge, and IB, which makes it super versatile. So what does this actually feel like for a student who's using the platform? EDU2TEST has mapped it all out as a kind of journey, one that takes a student from being an explorer all the way to becoming a champion. Okay, so the whole journey kicks off in grades 6 through 8. At this stage, the student is an explorer. The main goal isn't just memorizing facts, but sparking some real, genuine curiosity. The platform uses foundational tests in science and math to build that strong, early foundation. Then, as they move into grades 9 and 10, that explorer levels up to become an achiever. This is where the focus really shifts to mastering those crucial board exams, using advanced tests and, get this, numerical problems that are tied directly to real-world situations. And finally, for grades 11 and 12, the achiever transforms into a champion. This is the final stage where the platform preps students for the really high-stakes stuff. We're talking major national entrance exams like JEE and NEET, and even international ones like the SAT and ACT. So that's the journey. But what's actually powering it? What's under the hood? Let's take a look inside the platform's engine room, the learning zones. Okay, so there are 5 of them. You've got Subject Nexus for all your core concepts, Eco Mastery for green skills, SkillSphere to get you ready for the future, Quiz Quest to make learning fun, and Career Catalyst to tie it all back to a potential career path. But here's where it gets really interesting. There's a feature called Core Resolved. This is the real engine that connects all that theory to reality by linking classroom concepts to what's happening in actual industries both in India and around the world. And check out how this works. Instead of just learning Newton's laws from a dry textbook, you see how they apply to an ISRO rocket launch. Thermochemistry isn't just some abstract equation, it's the process happening inside a real Tata Steel blast furnace. Electrochemistry, that comes to life through the battery tech powering a Tesla. All of a sudden, learning becomes tangible and, honestly, pretty exciting. And that real-world focus just keeps going in the eco-mastery zone. Now, this is not your typical environmental science class. We are talking about tangible, career-focused skills for the new green economy. Things like green finance, the blue economy, even eco-auditing. This is education that's really looking ahead to the future. The platform is also clearly built with serious academic goals in mind. It's smart about how it tests students. It uses different question types for different reasons. You've got simple multiple-choice questions for basic recall, but then you have these complex case-based questions to test data interpretation, and even mini-mocks to build up that all-important exam stamina. It's all about using the right tool for the job. So when you start to put all of these pieces together, the student journey, the connection to industry, the focus on future skills, you start to realize this is about something way bigger than just passing a test. And that bigger picture is incredibly ambitious. I mean, it's about democratizing access to quality education, finally bridging that stubborn gap between the classroom and the workplace, and ultimately empowering a whole new generation of students in India to become true global champions. The folks at Mullai Academia International put it pretty simply themselves. Their goal is to transform how India's school students learn, prepare, and compete, not just locally, but globally. And that kind of leaves us with one last big thought to chew on. What if we just shifted our whole perspective? What if the goal of learning wasn't just about cramming for the next test, but was actually about preparing for life itself? What would that future really look like?